Welcome everyone to a replay cast here. We've got 5 IFE on the Legion side here, taking on Backdoor Protocol here on the Hellborn side. We have the bands underway here. So far we have Monarch and Moira banned out by our Hellborn side. They will be having the first pick here coming up after the next couple of bands. So far we have Zephyr and Cthulhu Font going to be banned out by our Legion side. Lodestone and Deadwood going to be the final two bands there. So it looks like a good chunk of these heroes are those initiators, those strength and tanky style heroes. The Zephyr thrown in there as well. And then we have the Monarch and the Moira banned out from the side of Backdoor Protocol, some of those defensive style of supports. We have the first pick of the game going to be the Glacius. Response picks of both the Magnus and the Andromeda going to be picked up. So a lot of supports to start off the draft here. We see a Kinesis as the second pick following up the Glacius. That one in response to the Magnus. They do get the Comet Stun as well from the Andromeda, but I do think they're going to be eyeing that Lava Surge a little bit more. But still some pretty good heroes to Thought Steal. One more pick coming up here. We could see a core hero picked up here. I'm not too sure if we're going to see that Kinesis as a secondary support or if he will be played in more of a core role. But we'll have to wait and see how the lineup shapes up. As we will have the 3 picks versus the 2 here for the 2 sides. They're going to go into some overtime here. They're going to go with a Lord Self Forest pickup here. So they do go with a core. That could be their short lane or their mid hero as well. Still very flexible style of hero. So we're going to see the Behemoth as the first band here, followed up by the Kraken, with one more band coming up for the Legion side. The Accursed going to be taken out here, which is quite good against both the Kinesis and the Glacius, being able to remove those disables. We see the Electrician following up the Accursed as another initiator. The Moraxis going to be the third one there, banned out by our Legion side, so they get rid of quite a bit of options there. Then we have the Gladiator going to be the final ban there. We have Flux into Clanks, so building some synergy there with the Magnus and the Flux, some nice AoE synergy, but then throw the Clanks on top with the Andromeda. Clanks is a very strong meta carry right now with the Dawnbringer enabling him to farm very quickly with his Lackey, which is 33% AoE on the targets around the main target, so a lot of AoE damage on the Clanks. He's able to farm very quickly. Very, very strong right now. We see the Madman as the fourth pick into Ravenor, so they are going to go with quite a heavy core lineup here. 3 cores. This looks like it will be a Kinesis support after all. And I do expect the Ravenor to be the main carry here, but they do have a Madman, so that is kind of interchangeable per se. But I do think the Ravenor will need quite a lot of farm, whereas the Madman, he is a little bit more versatile, not being in that position 1 role. And then 5 IFE goes for a Keeper of the Forest. It's a very signature draft for them. They have the Clanks, the Keeper of the Forest, some very strong teamfight presence with the Flux and the Magnus and the Keeper, with that very hard carry in the Clanks. Very solid lineup from top to bottom. And on the side of Hellborn, I do feel like their lineup is a little bit greedy here. They do lack a bit of disables here, as a couple of their heroes not really having the most crowd control, but they will be relying on Ravenor to hit his ball lightning with setups like the Glacius Freeze and perhaps a Lava Surge from the Kinesis. But let's see how they're laning. It looks like they are sending the Andromeda and the Clanks long lane, so they are expecting perhaps some kind of aggressive lane from the side of Backdoor Protocol. We have Keeper of the Forest going down to the bot lane. He's currently scouting with those animate trees, sending them all across the map. We have Flux most likely going to be the mid laner with a Clanks, Andromeda, Magnus, Tri-Lane. Then we have an aggressive... Are they going to do an aggressive lane? It looks like they want to send Lord Sulfuras middle. Maybe Madman will be going to the bottom lane with a Kinesis, Ravenor, Glacius Tri-Lane. We could have Tri-Lane versus Tri-Lane this game. Good old Tri versus Tri. As they're actually scouting out the Ravenor going to the top lane. Now, the Clanks Tri-Lane does have a lot of control, but with a Glacius and a Kinesis possibly stealing Lava Surge, with a Ravenor, if they're able to catch the Clanks, that is a lot of damage for Clanks to handle. I think it's going to come down to the targeting here, but I think both Tri-Lanes are quite strong. There is a range advantage, I think, for Hellborn, as the Andromeda is very low range, as well as the Magnus being a melee hero. Ravenor is not really feeling confident to walk up to last hit here. We'll see the Thought Steal come out on the Andromeda, so they want to steal that Comet Stun right away. So in the middle lane we have Flux versus Lord Sulfuras. I think that matchup should go to Flux by a little bit, but oh, we have action here. Andromeda is going to go down. I'm actually going to rewind that. I missed that. I want to see this in action. Sorry, guys. So Andromeda, she's off to the side here. She's going to get frozen here by Glacius. Okay. Comet Stun was also used. Ravenor Ball Lightning. Too much damage. Okay, so Hellborn Tri-Lane off to a good start here. But I do think Flux should do quite good against Lord Sulfuras. Lord Sulfuras a little weak in the early levels, but once he starts to get around level 4 or 5, he starts to get a lot stronger with his more Certissima. Bottom lane we have Keeper of the Forest versus Madman. I think Madman should do really well down here. But Keeper can put out a lot of harassment. We have a Comet Stun, there's a Flashbang. Ball Lightning goes out on a Magnus, there's a Freeze. Now he did not use his Lava Surge just yet. He's trying to get in range for the Kinesis, but not going to go in with a stun here. The Hellborn Tri-Lane is looking pretty strong so far. They got more creep kills on the Ravenor as well. Madman 6-0 against 4-4 Keeper. 8-0 against 11-2 Lord. Lord is actually doing very good here in the mid lane. A little bit surprised by that. But Lord is still very good in these 1 versus 1 situations. We have Magnus picking up the double damage rune. He is currently level 1. This is going to mean very vulnerable up here in the Tri-Lane. Andromeda going to fall once again. Okay, so they capitalize there on Magnus being missing from the lane. And Clanks is going to immediately port bottom. Looks like they're going to abort this Tri versus Tri. That's going to allow for a lot of space over to the Ravenor. Now the question is, where will Keeper of the Forest go? Will he go to the jungle or will he go to the top lane? Since now he has to rotate accordingly with Clanks coming down to the bot lane. Middle lane, now we have Magnus kind of in the area. Kinesis kind of in the area as well. We see the supports roaming away as Ravenor going to be more or less free farming in the top lane. I'm a little sad that the Tri-Lane's kind of disengaged so early. I wanted to see some more action, but mid lane, we have Flux doing, I think, a defensive push there as the supports were coming in for a possible rotation. Lord Sulfuras already level 5. He's on 22 and 4 creep score. Very, very good here, as he's actually the top GPM in the game. He doesn't have any kills or assists. Ravenor the next in line there. Madman not doing too poorly with 15 last hits down in the bottom lane. He's going to get hit with a Comet Stun here. It takes a lot of pressure from both the Clanks and the Andromeda. Will need to send himself some regen there. 4-minute rune Going to be spawning top, it looks like. Magma's going to pick up the invisibility rune. Kinesis did bottle up the refreshment there. This is a lot of heroes mid here for Backdoor Protocol. Not really achieving a whole lot. Now we have Magnus kind of transitioning into this offlane role here, where Keeper of the Forest is just going to keep jungling. I think this is the right move, since they can just have Magnus kind of sit up here and soak experience. I like what they're doing. This gives farm over to the Keeper of the Forest, whereas if he was up in the top lane, Magnus wouldn't really have a place to be right now. Kind of like this movement from them. And I think that now that they have swapped up their lanes, they're going to do a lot better with Clankstone in the bot lane. We currently see the supports doing a lot of stacking. They do have Lord Self-Forest who can take those stacks pretty early on. But don't think we'll see Ravenor look to take those very early. Oh. You see the Course from Legion starting to pick up some farm now. Keeper of the Forest is in here in the mid lane. Flux is almost level 6. He's trying to get that level 6 to set up that Keeper route here. They might go for it. He's trying to open with the auto attack. He's got another 13 seconds there. Flux gonna hit level 6 here. Might like to pull him in. We'll see. Andromeda is here as well. There's the root coming in. Andromeda comes in with a Comet Sun. A Lord will go down there. Too much damage coming in from the 3 heroes. Kinesis wasn't able to really provide enough control there. Doesn't have the Lava Surge, only has the Comet Stun. But Ravenor goes for the Steam Boots here. Pretty common there. Still pretty early on, not a whole lot of items just yet, but everybody's pretty much got Marchers. Kinesis still hanging around mid lane. I'm a little surprised that none of the supports have rotated down bottom to potentially set up a kill on the Clanks with Madman, but at the same time, I don't know if they're able to catch him per se. The Madman can do a fair amount of damage with his barrel roll being level 3, but their supports don't really deal a whole lot of damage. So Magnus is now getting quite a bit of experience up in the top lane. He's level 5. So we see them doing a pull up here. Lord Self-Forest is still currently higher GBM than the Flux, even with the death. He's sitting on 45 and 8 against 34 and 1. Still just doing really well. Oh, Magnus gets caught up here in the top lane. I was wondering if he would end up going down to a combo there, as they have a lot of disable for him. The Ice Imprisonment definitely very disruptive for him. Keeper, he has another root ready to go. He's level 7. He is maxing out his Nature's Guidance. Well, he has 3 points in it, but quite good there. Middle lane, we have a kill coming in, another Keeper route. They take out the Lord Self-Forest. Flux is hasted here. Andromeda's in the area as well. Just gonna get vision here with the tower. And there's the invis from Keeper. They switch target or aggro of the tower. Really nice job there. Looks like Flux is porting top. wants to make use of this haste rune. Pushes Magnus a little bit forward there, gets the Lava Surge off. It looks like they will get the kill there onto Ravenor, as I think that started off with them going on the Magnus, and he did survive. That haste rune definitely picking them up a couple of kills here. So GPM, Clank's now overtaking the top with the death there on the Ravenor. Lord Sulforus, he's now ready to move into the jungle. He's only got level 3 of his more Certissima, but this might be enough to take out the stacks. Only level 1 in the present, so that will not heal him up the most. Should be able to take these out. He's just going to be missing a lot of health. As we see Keeper to pick up the Merrick's rune there. Bottom rune was picked up. Ooh, did pick that one up actually. Didn't see actually. But we see a little bit of a lead here. 1200 gold and 1200 experience lead now for the Legion side. So again, this lane setup I think is really benefiting them. And they're getting the kills on the Lord Sulforus, who has been farming very well. Now we see Keeper of the Forest moving mid with the tree dogs to push this tower. Clanks is here as well. Almost has his light brand picked up. And this tower is going to fall without much of a defense coming out. Ravenor did port to the bottom lane, it looks like, so we see Clanks currently feeling that he needs to be a little bit closer to his teammates there. We have the sorcery boots on the Keeper of the Forest. We'll probably see the portal key next. That's what he likes to go for. Could also see a portal key on the Flux as well to kind of set up those ultimates. Ravenor going to get stunned up here by the Magnus. Flux is trying to get in range. There is a pull-in on top of a Keeper root. There's a couple of ultimates used here. One more auto attack should do it. Maybe a pull from the Flux. There's a Lava Surge. And he will go down on the Ravenor. So a little bit curious why he's down here by himself. Not too sure what the idea behind that is. As well as none of the supports being down there with him. But it's very interesting that allowing Andromeda to get free XP up here in the top lane. And now we have Keeper of the Forest moving down to the bottom lane where it looks like they want to push another tower. Middle lane, the ports are coming in as Lord Sulforus was getting a little, well, he was a little out of position, but he is just fine. No flux pull. So that one was on cooldown. But a lot of gold being saved on the Ravenor. I guess he's going for portal key. He's not going to go for a farming item this game. I don't know if that's going to necessarily work out for them, having the very early portal key. He's going to lack a lot of damage, as well as he's not going to be able to farm really. So they're going to really need to make use of this portal key pickup. And I think they're going to be relying on Lord Sulforus to get really taken. And they're going to jump in with the ball lightning here. Going to get the one kill on the Andromeda. Undying comes out here on the Flux. Flux will most likely fall here to that Undying, as that will take him down. They're trying to go for the Magnus here as well. He's got a Lava Surge ready to go. There's a freeze coming out. And it's going to be a hat trick for the team, as 3 players go down here. Now they're still in a lead of 1300 gold and 1300 experience, so that just kind of goes to show you how well they are controlling their resources. Despite losing in kills, they are still leading in gold and experience, and a part of that is due to them having a tower kill versus our Hellborn side here not having any towers just yet. But we do have the Quick Blade picked up on the Clanks. He's getting closer to his Searing Light now, as he is above 400 GPM. He's still the top farmer. And again, Ravenor with no farming item, it's going to be hard for him to keep up the GPM with the Clanks. So Lord Sulforus really having most of that GPM right now. as he was the one taking those stacks early on, but he's going for a tanky route, which I do agree with. We have a lift here from Kinesis on the Flux. This is a lot of players up here. Flux not going to be able to escape that one. Just caught in no man's land all by himself. As we have Madman. I don't know if he'll be going for a Nullifier Blade. We have the ultimate activated from the Clanks there. Dust comes out into the Combat Stun. That's going to be a quick kill on the Madman. He's very squishy, but looks like a Nullifier Blade perhaps coming out on the Madman. I don't think we'll see Brass Knuckles. Possibly that for the Keeper of the Forest. Root. We have an Invis-Rune on the Lord Self-Forest here. He's currently hunting in the jungle. Looks like he's going to get spotted by this Ward of Revelation. Clanks is going to say, oh, I see something's up here. But middle lane, we have a couple of kills happening as they use a Keeper Root there. And Lord Self-Forest, is he? Yes, he's going to get swapped. That's going to stop the TP. And that's 3 kills going the way of 5 IFE as... Well, they were leading in resources, now make that a lead in hero kills. They are up 9-7 as well. Portal key on the Keeper, definitely helping helping them set up those kills there. As Steering Light gets finished on the Clanks. Did he pick up a Bracer on the Keeper of the Forest? What would he... Does he want to go for an Astrolabe? That's interesting. Usually we see the rest of Stone, but... Failed route here on the Ravener. He's going to jump in on the Keeper of the Forest. That's a quick kill as boom goes the Dynamite with the assistance there from Madman. They're going to try to take out this tower here as it currently has the Keeper armor. Good old Keeper armor. But Flux with a couple of deaths. He's below 300 GPM now. Only sitting on 900 gold. Looks like he won't have his core item at least just yet. We have Magnus on 1400 gold. It's getting close to a PK. Still needs about 800 gold there. But Clanks got his Searing Light now. He's getting close to the Dawnbringer. Andromeda picks up a Pickled Braid. I guess he's going for a Jade Spire. He is actually decently farmed here. 223 GPM. Lord Self-Forest could go down here. The bangs are coming out. There's a Comet Stun following up the Lava Surge. Lord Self-Forest again. It seems like they just keep getting caught one by one. As he goes for the Barbed Armor. I don't know how I feel about that as a first item pickup on the Lord Self-Forest. Following up the Sackstone and the Armor Boots. I just feel like that's very defensive. And I would have much rather seen something like a Shrunken Head if they were going to go for that route to prevent a lot of this magic damage. Even something like a Barrier Rattle would have been very good, but a Barbed Armor just seems very strange to me. He's just going to get slowed there by the Bang. Andromeda is in the area. Here comes Magnus with the Lava Surge catching that Ravener as he did Portal Key away. There's the Comet Stun. They are going for that Ravener as he gets swapped. Glacial Downpour in the trees there. Ravener is going to go down as the Station Smash did lift Clanks, but there are 2 kills going the way of 5 IFE. Make it 3 as they are just simply bringing the numbers here to the fight. Flux not even here. Lord Self-Forest going to use the Undying on Andromeda as he does get Comet Stun. There's the Barbed Armor, but there's a Lava Surge from Magnus. He sacrifices himself. Will it be enough for a kill here as he's trying to hold his ground here? Life stealing on the creeps, but Clanks is pissed, and Clanks, is he gonna fall here? Is the question. No, he's gonna be just fine. Has those Mystic Vestments picked up. Kites around the tower damage there. Going to be just fine. Madman ports into the bottom lane, but they are already skedaddled. So we have Clanks now at 525 gold per minute. The Dawnbringer is very close to being completed here. And Ravener, now he goes for a farming item, but I feel like it's too late. He's going to be farming so much slower than the Clanks at this point. He is only 380 gold per minute. And I think he's going to want to go for the Dawnbringer here. He's popping a Veiled Rot, so he wants to take a fight here or look for a pick-off. Now he might run into the Keeper of the Forest here as he does spawn those trees over by the Ancients. He's going to go for those Ancients. There's the full Dawnbringer picked up by the Clanks as we have Flux with his discharge ready to go in the mid lane. Keeper Root up in 10 more seconds. They want to take a team fight, it looks like, as Lord Sulphur's going to walk into Keeper of the Forest here with the Veiled Rot. Undying comes out. Beach Ball from the Ravenor going to miss, and Ravenor could be in some trouble here as there's the Flux pull. Glacial Downpour from the opposing side. Flux will go down. Now Clanks, he is going to be forced to fall back. It looks like for now the root was not used by Keeper of the Forest. He does have a portal key, and he will not use it offensively. He's going to go in defensively with a backwards portal key. Andromeda, that is just his illusion. He did swap already, and they're going to catch the Madman here in the jungle. Madman will end up falling. And we now have a 3,400 gold and 4,000 experience lead for our Legion side. As the creep's getting the tower up there in the top lane, giving our Hellborn side a little bit of gold their way. Magnus has his portal key picked up now as well. They have 3 portal keys. Clanks will most likely be going toward that shrunken head now. Combat a lot of this magic damage middle lane. We have Lord Sulphurus going very aggressive here. Eruption will be channeled by the Magnus. He stuns up 2 targets. Ravenor are going to take the brunt of some of that damage as he does go in with a stun on the Clanks, but he's going to fall. And Flux, he's going for more here. Glacius with the double bracer. I don't think that's going to save him. Lava Surge comes out from the Magnus. It will go down. So tier 2 tower here in the mid lane going to be pressured with the Keeper minions leading the way here. Plank's getting closer to 600 GPM. Andromeda has enough gold for the Jade Spire now. Could look to pick that up. There it is. And Keeper of the Forest, I don't know. Okay, he did go for an Astrolabe. Does have the Sorcery Boots Astrolabe combination. Looks like they're going to want to keep team fighting. This Madman has the Nullfire Blade level 1 picked up. Is Conglor being attempted? I don't know about that. Tier 1 tower here falls for 5 IFE, and they're going to keep going here, looks like, on the secondary tower. We could have a fight brewing here, as they are going to run into Andromeda. There's the Flux Pool on top. Blanks is going to massacre everybody here. Hatcher comes out. Botican Z comes out from the Hellborn side. Lord Sulphurus goes down as well. That was a beautiful discharge into Keeper Root, into Eruption. And they didn't even need the Shrunken Down on Clanks. The coordination there was just too darn good there from the side of 5 IFE. So that will do it. Game number 1 will conclude here with a 630 gold per minute Clanks. So go on a break here and be back with game number 2.